Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and welcome back to day 24 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, round 5. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe we are on day 24. So today's sketch comes from scrappfriends.com, and this sketch is super versatile. Like, I think I have probably used this idea of thirds so many times. And the best thing about this sketch is you can turn this sketch all the way around and it will totally work. Like, it's super versatile. I, on the other hand, am going to just stick with the orientation that it is. I am not going to do the 3 photos, and I am not going to cut them in circles. So I am starting with this beautiful yellow heart paper from my How to Kill a Kit with Style, and I'm adding the blue plaid to the top. And then for that scallop border from the sticker sheet, there is this like group of people holding hands, and they make hearts in between. And so I'm going to use that for that scallop. And then I'm going to take my 2 photos and I am going to back them in some tissue paper. This one is white, but it does have all kinds of like colored little glitter pieces in it. And this is what my kits come wrapped in from the Secret Not So Secret Kit Club. So I do save that. So these 2 pictures are from our Santa Fe trip, and they are of the Miracle Staircase. So I think I've talked about it before. We used it as an everyday inspiration photo of just the staircase, not the ones with my family in there. So definitely look it up if you haven't heard about it. It is in Santa Fe, and it is called the Miracle Staircase. It has an amazing story. So I am doing 2 photos. So one is our entire family by the staircase, and then one is of my kids. So I glue them down and I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, I forgot I was going to do some stenciling. And so you see in this sketch, it looks like it's probably like a polka dot stencil. But since I had so many hearts going on, I wanted to do a heart stencil, but I didn't have like the Paige Evans stencil, the beautiful hearts. The only heart one I have is this little hearts in a heart shape. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to make it work. And I want it to kind of look like it's underneath the photo in places. Which is a little tricky because I didn't want to tear up my photos because I knew that the tissue paper would rip. So one of them, the first one I put down, I wasn't super worried because I could be very careful. But then I already have glitter paste on the back of my stencil. So I decided to cover up my photos with just some pieces of packaging. So you can see me doing that there. So I originally do it kind of in these 3 spots around the photo, and then I will decide to put just a little bit on the bottom. In the sketch, there's that little tiny, it looks like maybe like a label or something down there at the bottom. And so that was kind of something that I wanted to do, and I thought that this beautiful glitter paste from Brutus Monroe in gold would be perfect down there as well. So I did get the tiniest little bit on one of the photos, but it's not anything that you can really tell. I mean, those are probably the worst hearts, but it's okay. You have to look really close to be like, oh yeah, she screwed up there. And I don't think anybody spends that much time looking at my layouts other than me, so it doesn't really bother me. If it bothered me, I probably would have put something there to kind of cover it up. So I did go and hit this with my heat gun because I was impatient and wanted to continue scrapping. So it did warp the page a little bit, but it has already settled down quite a bit. So now I'm going to add my title. In my kit, I have these kind of wood phrases, and I thought they were perfect since it was a wood staircase. So I'm going to pull the family and the together, and then I will get the one alpha that I put in my kit and do time under the photo of my kid. So it's going to say family time together. So that's going to be my title. So right now I am just adding some stickers from the Hello Again sticker sheet. I add several. They have this journaling block, which I thought was super cool. So it says this photo, it says about, it says location. So I thought that was a great idea. And then I grabbed a little arrow and a little tab that says loving. Not that they look like they really love each other at that moment, but they do. I know they do. So I'm grabbing these Creative Devotion clear stickers. They kind of look like watercolors. So I'm going to grab 3 of them. I'm going to grab one that has like some teal dots on it, and that's going to go in the bottom cluster. I am going to add this piece right now that looks like 3 strips of painted watercolor, and I'm going to move this cross up to the top. So I do kind of have those watercolory elements in 3 areas. And then I'm kind of going through these planner stickers that are in my kit, seeing if there's anything I can add. I have been able to add like the little pieces that say date. I've got a couple of months because I've scrapbooked different months this month. So I've been able to get a few of those. And then there's this little label right here that says thoughts that I thought would be good to put on top of the journaling spot. And then it takes away that little awkward space of that part of the heart. So that is going to do it for those stickers. And then the cool thing about that border strip is when you pull it up, it leaves all of those hearts that totally match. So I'm going to grab a couple of those and I'm going to put them in several places. I'm going to use one to dot my I in family. They're going to go in the bottom cluster, the journaling cluster, the one with the cross, and then right next to the time. So I did use quite a few of those. So I thought that was pretty neat. So the border stripper, goodness gracious, the border strip worked out great. But then it's like you got additional fun pieces afterwards. So I want to make sure to tell you to head over and see Christy and Daisy and Shannon and Moira's take on this. This is kind of Moira's, one of her go-to designs. And then Scrapping Cane on Instagram. And then if there's anybody who is playing along, Christy will have that. So you see that cork heart there? I remember I had pulled them out to get them on this layout. So I do end up putting 3 of those on the layout, and you can see them here in the finished design. So remember to wear your crown, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.